Hey everybody, Big King TV here, coming at you with my first YouTube video production. Pretty happy about it, pretty big milestone for myself, but let's get started. So as we all know, classic World of Warcraft has been a topic of pretty great discussion. And you got the retired vanilla vets, current day retail players, Legion, if you want to call them WoW players, I guess. But you got the private server crowd as well. And each one of these camps holds various different opinions on how vanilla WoW should be implemented, why it should be implemented a certain way based on the games that they've played, and basically in this video, I just want to give a brief history of vanilla, the various viewpoints the different camps hold, and why it's so important for us to have open discussions with one another that are reason and fact-based. You know, we spend so much time yelling at each other and calling each other names and wall of no and this and that nothing really gets accomplished. So without wasting too much time, let's move on to our first topic. Okay, so I've basically played World of Warcraft since the 4th grade. And granted, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing back then. Running around, killing shit, looting stuff, trying to buy shit from the vendors, having no idea about raiding, PvP, anything. I was just too young to understand. But time progressed, I played through the Burning Crusade, raided a little bit there, Wrath of the Lich King, raided and PvP'd, and I've played in every expansion since. But ever since Cataclysm, this cycle that I'm sure every one of you are aware of is that the new expansion will come out, you play it, you get bored, you quit, the new expansion comes out, rinse and repeat. From Cataclysm to Legion, I'm sure many of you share the same sentiment. I guarantee it. Terrible. So here we are. And what actually makes vanilla WoW vanilla WoW? Well, first and foremost, I believe, the game was much slower paced as a whole than what we see today. Leveling your character was this epic adventure sprawling through multiple zones filled with mobs that were, you're gonna guess it, they were actually fucking dangerous. They were actually a threat. Compared to Legion, like as you can see on the screen above, there is literally zero chance of me dying. I'm just one-shotting everything and running through. It's a joke. Complete joke. In vanilla WoW, you felt much more like a lowly adventurer than a one-man army demigod. And can't believe it. I can't even believe Blizzard went in this direction, but whatever, I digress. Another key point is that in vanilla, you're going to fail. Whether it be on your way to a quest, getting ganked, something didn't go your way, having to run a dungeon 8,000 times, you are going to fail over and over and over again. And that is exactly what is missing from the game today. You are handed everything. Epics, this, mount, gold. It's a joke. It's a complete joke. Now, people will play the game for that grind. For that tough grind because they know they're putting energy and their effort into it and they're getting something out of it. It's not just instant dopamine gratification hits. It's long-term satisfaction when you work for something. And it feels good, not just in video games, but in life too. 100%. Definitely. Now, look at nearly every instance of retail WoW. Seriously. No matter what, you will be fed something, whether it's a badge, a piece of gear, gold, BOEs, whatever. You will be given something 100% for your time. And in vanilla, this wasn't necessarily the case. You could definitely spend entire sessions going for a piece of gear with your guildies or whatever it may be, and you might not get it. But it made the time when you actually got the piece so much more special. Oh my god, it was the best. You'd get a rush. You would literally get a rush from a video game. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. So yeah, that epic feeling you got from getting an epic in vanilla, that purple, you know what I'm talking about, is no longer epic in retail. Next up, we have the second biggest thing. Exactly. Community, your reputation, and some drama. Well, unlike today's solo hero campaign, Vanilla WoW was truly a master of its time in creating these tight-knit communities in game, and they are forged through a variety of means. I mean, you weren't necessarily forced, but it was definitely highly encouraged to group up with people when you were leveling to complete quests, whether it will go faster or the elite mob you can't kill it unless you have a couple people. But these people can come in handy later down the road. And yeah, I know it sounds crazy, Legion people. Oh, other people? No way, right? Yes, other people. You're going to talk to them. You're going to look for groups in world chat. You're going to whisper people. Exactly. Pretty crazy, right? Yeah. I know it seems like it's something minor, but it's really a big deal. Absolutely. And I really do want to touch upon the guild aspect of Vanilla WoW, because I really did have a lot of fun. That's probably where I actually had the most fun, is with my guild at Endgame. I played on Elysium and Light's Hope. Both I had 60s on both servers, and it was a blast to raid with some of the people on there. Got to know a couple people pretty well, and I definitely really enjoyed my time there. You know, I had people that would go out of their way to help me get my pre-raid bis, and that was awesome, you know, and it encouraged me to do the same for them when they needed it. And eventually you'll come to a point where you gear your character up enough anyways that you don't even need anything from the dungeon, so you're able to turn your attention outward and really give back. And it's a really good system that you definitely don't see a lot in retail. So I could see a lot of people from retail not really understanding the whole pre-raid gearing and guild type thing, but it is what it is. Yeah, that guild atmosphere is great. I know I'm gonna just keep fucking harping on it, but it's really great. But let's continue about. I got 2 more points. Your reputation on the server. Now, I don't know what the population cap is going to be on the vanilla servers, but if it's anything like old vanilla 2500, you got to be careful about what you're doing, because if you're a complete dick, people are going to remember it. You know, you can only ninja something so many times before you can't even get a group, you can't find a guild. And I love that. You know who the shitbags are, you know who the people who are good, you know the people who are fucking having sex in the gold chart because everybody's on one server. It's great. And just like in the real world, there's drama. I'm not saying like crazy drama, but like, you know, guild drama, who left this, who did that, and it's fun. It's just fun to be a part of, because it's so silly, it's so comical. And the atmosphere of a big server that's been around for a while is awesome. It's awesome. You get to know the faces there. If you PvP often enough, you'll know who the other factions PvPers are. And yeah, it creates a real tight-knit community that in retail is absolutely impossible to find. Yeah, so following in the footsteps of that cute but really annoying Murloc, I just want to say, let's keep the forums open. You know, not just the classic forums or Reddit, or just in general, keep the avenues of discussion open where we can share and discuss our ideas for the future of Classic WoW. You know, don't simply just reply with that big ass wall of no. I know I've said that like 3 or 4 times in this video, but it just kills me every time I see it. I get the point, but come on, that does nothing for the conversation. give reasons, see where the opposition's coming from, and 99% of the time you know you're going to come out on top. You know, add to the conversation, and we can move forward. You know, many of these people have never had the opportunity to play Classic WoW, even on a private server, so they simply have no idea what they're talking about. You know, they might have heard from a friend or this or that, but they really have no idea what they're talking about. And we've fought this battle for so long. I have wanted this for so long, and I know a lot of you have too, to get Blizz to finally open this Classic realm. So let's keep the conversation productive and helpful, one way or the other. Classic WoW is going to come out, and it's going to fucking kick ass. With that being said, this is Big King TV. Until next week. Hope you guys liked the content. My next video, I'm going to be putting out a Shadow Priest video. I mained a Shadow Priest, and that's what I plan on maining in vanilla as my first 60. It's going to be comprehensive spells, PvE, PvP, leveling, the works. So if you like my video, drop a like, maybe a subscription, and I'll be hearing from you soon.